What's up, guys? It's Lord Both here with another video, and Ubisoft, man, every single day they make it harder on themselves. What did they do today? Well, apparently they have an anti-harassment campaign or plan or whatever you want to call it that's been put in place ahead of the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it is honestly hilarious. This comes to us from Insider Gaming, entitled Ubisoft Prepared Lawyers for AC Shadows Anti-Harassment Plan, it's claimed. Oh, this one is a wild ride, guys. Assassin's Creed Shadows will be released this week, ushering in a new generation of Ubisoft's open world flagship franchise. Hey, can we get a clip of that new flagship for the franchise?
Resentment can grow quietly without much warning after a storm. Mushrooms can too. Shiitake?
Mushrooms. The smell of dirt, grass, and rain.
Oh my. You know, maybe I could be a voice actor. Anyway, in the run-up to the game's release, the title and Ubisoft itself has been criticized numerous times for its historical inaccuracy and faced intense backlash from anti-woke grifters. Yes, Watermelon Gate, guys. Hashtag never forget. It was recently claimed by online sources speaking to a French outlet that Ubisoft has prepared an anti-harassment plan and that lawyers stand at the ready to pursue anyone attacking companies' employees on social media. So they literally hired lawyers. They've gotten lawyers involved. What are they gonna do? They're gonna sue people that they're claiming are harassing their employees? What do you define as harassment, Ubisoft? Because there's a very, very thick line between harassment and criticism. Pointing out stuff you got wrong in your game and making fun of it, even if it's minute detail stuff like the whole Watermelon Gate stuff, is not harassment. Making fun of you for putting out a shit game is not harassment. Saying your game sucks because of what we see and what's been played is not harassment. If any of the things that have been commonly made fun of on social media up until this point in regards to Assassin's Creed Shadows specifically is why you feel you need to bring lawyers in, then you're absolutely stupid, because none of that was harassment. That was making fun of you for being idiots, for not doing your due diligence, for not getting some of the details right when your audience, gamers, are some of the most autistic people on the planet. And you specifically do a genre of video game that is historical fiction. By the way, this is feudal Japan we're talking about here too. It's actual historical fiction. This isn't like Odyssey where it's ancient Greece and you have a little bit more leeway with all of the Greek gods and that kind of stuff. No, this is an actual historical fiction Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed Shadows has already faced mass blowback, which has almost always been related to Yasuke, the African samurai representing one half of the game's dual protagonist operating model. And of course, we all know he wasn't actually a samurai. And if you want to play Yasuke as a samurai, I recommend that you go play Yasuke Simulator. That's a Yasuke game that makes sense, not an Assassin's Creed game about actual feudal Japan. In the report from BFMTV, it was claimed by unnamed Ubisoft employees that an anti-harassment plan has been presented to the CSE in Canada. That's the Communications Security Establishment, and that sounds incredibly dystopian. It's an initiative from Canada. There's a team that monitors networks and acts quickly in the event of a targeted attack unlike what we've had before, this is serious. Messages posted by internet users on X, Reddit, or even videos on YouTube, that's me, yours truly, will be closely monitored by a dedicated unit in order to respond quickly to the slightest problem. Lawyers are already ready to file complaints in the event of proven harassment. Oh my god, dude. It's bully hunters. They did Bully Hunters, bro. For those of you who might not know, Bully Hunters was a very, very short-lived organization that tried to root out bullying in online gaming by having the ability where somebody has like a Bully Hunters account that they then access while they're in a game and they feel like they're being bullied by some player. And then Bully Hunters is given control of their Steam account. Don't think too hard about that and all the problems that could come along with that. And then the Bully Hunter joins the match, the actual game match that's going on. Then they try to eliminate the player that's bullying. And then after they eliminate the player that's bullying, it's a bunch of, I guess, pseudo game developers and professional gamers that were supposed to work there. People like Zombie Unicorn, who now works at a place that I might call Fanatics Only, something like that in the title. Anyway, the Bully Hunter comes in, they try to eliminate the player that's bullying, and then they drop a little tagline in chat that says, "Harassment is not a game." And they legitimately thought that this was never going to get abused, never going to get trolled with, and people were legitimately going to use it to try to stop bullying in gaming. And this feels so much like Bully Hunters, but just with lawyers. Oh, you said a little mean thing about me online. I don't like it, so I'm gonna sue you. You quite literally can't do that. Here's why this doesn't make sense. To assemble a team of lawyers for what they call proven harassment, that means that they have to expect a massive influx of people just making, horrific kinds of threats on the lives of developers, and just saying just completely against terms of service of most of these corporations' things. And I gotta be honest with you, for Assassin's Creed Shadows and for what's already been said online, I just don't think that's gonna happen. What this really is a scare tactic to try to silence people who are criticizing and complaining about the game and the elements in the game that are completely historically wrong, and the fact that the game looks like it was developed horribly. Another claim has stressed that Ubisoft has ordered a social media blackout of sorts, advising employees not to mention that they work at the company online to avoid harassment. In a statement handed to PC Games, and Ubisoft's representatives backed up the initiative to keep employees safe, but didn't mention the specific plan. Think about what kind of state your company is in, what kind of game they developed. If the more and more stuff they release for it, the more and more of a PR nightmare the game becomes, to the point where they're literally telling employees, hey, don't mention online that you worked on this game. People are gonna troll you. Well, yeah, because what you made is terrible. That's what happens. When you make something terrible or you say something terrible or dumb, people make fun of you. Welcome to the internet. Anyway, Ubisoft said this: our stance has always been that team members' social media channels are their own, as long as they say something positive about the company. Our top priority is the safety of our employees, including online, which is why, as a standard practice across Ubisoft, we offer guidance on navigating social media, digital safety, and support for team members' well-being. We also share resources to help prevent and protect against online harassment, something our teams have unfortunately faced. So yeah, it's basically a nothing burger statement where they won't support what's been said out there, but they won't deny that they have resources available, right? And they promote safety. It's just hilarious, man. It's absolutely hilarious and ridiculous, and it's not gonna get people to stop criticizing this game. It's not gonna get people like me to stop criticizing this game, even though I am a tiny fish and they probably aren't watching what I'm doing at all. But they can talk about lawyers till the cows come home. You should continue to criticize this game. You should continue to criticize any game, because the vast majority of people are not actually engaging in actual harassment of developers. They're just engaging in criticism and a little bit of trolling. We do a little bit of trolling. But there's not enough harassment, actual harassment, to justify a team of lawyers being assembled to monitor the situation through all social media and YouTube. It's just a scare tactic, and one that I'm not falling for, you shouldn't fall for, and one that I think ultimately is unnecessary, because no matter how much I don't like the game from what I've seen, and what a lot of people have said that they don't like about the game, it looks like the game is going to do fairly well. I mean, they said that their pre-order numbers were close to Odyssey, and Odyssey was one of the best-selling Assassin's Creed games for them. And all the reviews said, even the non-shilling reviews, said that, hey, the game is pretty good. It's not the greatest thing you'll ever play, but it's a pretty good entry into the franchise. And there are a ton of people who are not in tune with Ubisoft and everything going on there, like I am, like you are. Just normie gamers who know that Assassin's Creed is a massive franchise that's put out some banger games in the past, so they're going to pick up the new Assassin's Creed game when it drops. There are plenty of those people out there. Are they enough that Ubisoft can afford to eat only on them? That's kind of the big question, especially when they're doing so poorly and have had so many failures financially other than Assassin's Creed. Can those normie gamers and people who don't care about everything that's going on with Assassin's Creed Shadows buy enough of Assassin's Creed Shadows to keep the company afloat? According to all the financial information and rumors I've heard, it doesn't seem by Ubisoft's actions like they believe it, and it's a little difficult for me to believe it too. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it. We'll talk to you again later.